Exploits of a Young Don Juan is a 1986 Italian coming-of-age drama directed by Gianfranco Mingozzi. It's set in early 20th century France, and while the title might make you expect a wild comedy, the film actually plays out as a story about youth, curiosity, family life, and the chaos of growing up in a household full of eccentric personalities. The movie follows Roger, a young man who returns home from boarding school during the war to spend the summer with his family. His home isn't your usual quiet country house. It's buzzing with energy, gossip, and complicated relationships. There's his mother, his aunt, his sister, and several others who fill the house with chatter, laughter, and the occasional drama. Roger's return marks the beginning of his transition from a naive schoolboy to someone trying to understand the messy, often contradictory world of adults. The movie captures that experience of being young and suddenly realizing that the grown-ups around you don't always live by the rules they preach. Everyone seems to have their own secrets, moods, and emotional baggage. Rather than telling a single, fast-moving story, the film unfolds like a series of moments, some funny, some awkward, and others quietly thoughtful. Roger observes the adults in his life and tries to make sense of love, attraction, loyalty, and family. It's less about what happens, and more about how it feels to be surrounded by people who are all just trying to deal with life in their own line with Italian and French dramas of that time. Slow-paced, reflective, and filled with visual warmth. The cinematography leans into soft, every room and countryside view feel timeless. The setting, a large estate tucked away in the countryside, adds to that sense of being caught between two worlds, the simplicity of childhood and the complexity of adulthood. Roger's character is easy to relate to. He's curious, confused, and sometimes idealistic. He looks at the adults around him and tries to learn what growing up really means, but instead of finding clear answers, he finds contradictions. That's what makes the movie interesting. It's not about heroes or villains, but about people trying to figure themselves out. One of the film's strengths is how it balances humor and emotion. There are moments that make you smile, small family arguments, awkward dinners, the chaos of living under one roof. But there's also a quiet sadness underneath it all. The war going on outside the estate acts as a background reminder that the peaceful family world is fragile. By the end, Roger has changed. He's not necessarily wiser, but he's more aware of human flaws, of the way people hide pain behind manners, and how every family has its mix of affection and frustration. The story doesn't end with a dramatic twist. It ends with a feeling, that bittersweet realization that growing up means seeing the world for what it really is, not what you imagined it to be. From a filmmaking perspective, Exploits of a Young Don Juan is beautifully shot and well acted. It's a quiet, atmospheric film that focuses more on tone and feeling than big plot developments. Viewers who enjoy slower European dramas like Cinema Paradiso or Amarcord will probably appreciate this one too. Overall, this is a film about self-discovery, family, and the passage from innocence to awareness. It's poetic, sometimes funny, sometimes melancholic, and full of that nostalgic charm that Italian cinema from the 80s often carries. If you go in expecting a fast or shocking story, this isn't that kind of film. But if you enjoy reflective, character-driven stories that explore how people grow and how family shapes us, Exploits of a Young Don Juan offers a quiet and thoughtful experience. It's not about scandal or romance. It's about growing up, observing life, and realizing that understanding people isn't as simple as it seems.